And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit. Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same. Like, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use, good knowledge though. You can't get nobody's college though, big dog. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe for all this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Hit that subscribe button, become part of the Rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest of what we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. That good news you can use, that good knowledge you can't get in nobody's college, big dog. Like, comment, subscribe. Come to Clubhouse. 86,000 seconds, that nigga. That nigga just said, come to Clubhouse. It's a chat right there. It's a video right there. Don't 86,000 nobody else. That nigga just said, come to Clubhouse. You did all that trolling to say, come to Clubhouse? Get that nigga the fuck out of my chat. What? Come to Clubhouse. Nigga. Shh. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, become part of this Rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit that description button, all that kind of stuff. Come to Clubhouse. What? It's a chat right there, y'all. Niggas trying to get me going. Come on Clubhouse and talk about it. What? Bricc Baby says Eric Holder saved his life when he got shot the first time. He blew the gun. We finna go ahead and get up out of here. We finna go ahead and get into this, man. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go.
Okay, so like you said, Eric Holder got put on, and you guys actually lived together at one point.
Yeah. All right, so Eric got put on. He was still in high school. That was...
You've literally, Sammy Rumble, you've never seen me in any of these dudes' chats. Never. You've never one time seen me in a chat. Never one time. So today's not the day we're going to start.
Wait, I want to say Eric came like 04. He got put on in 04. He was still in high school. How did he start living up there? My house was the spot. So when my stepfather came home, I didn't know that my mom had a good little strategy. She had money and shit in the house and a lot of jewelry. So she let all the gangbangers kick it at the house because she had control of us. I had control of my homies, but we was like the security blanket. Like, it's a gang of little niggas that'll shoot you if you come in this house. You get what I'm saying? And I never understood why she would let me. But one thing was, she doesn't want me to be in the streets and get in trouble when she don't mind me smoking. And you know what I mean? Certain little stuff that you'll get in trouble in the street, like just come to the house so y'all can go in the back. And that way, I don't have to worry about y'all while y'all doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me trying to control your life, she just like opened up the doors to the neighborhood. So when my step-pops came on, he wasn't that comfortable with her because he didn't raise us because he been gone. So he's seeing all these dudes, tattoos on their face, gang banging, big old pistols everywhere. They immediately get another spot when he come home. So they end up really leaving that house. They still own the house, and then we didn't move. We just stayed there on Overhill. So around the first time I got shot, Eric was living with us. You know, just every day. That's my everyday homie. We doing shit every day. We going back and forth to Atlanta, so he ended up.
Now, that does make sense. I ain't going to say it's the best parenting, but if you know your child is living a certain type of life and doing a certain type of thing, it's just something like smoking weed or whatever, blah, 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 rather than them being in the streets and catching cases and going to jail for it, man, just smoke that shit in the backyard, bro. Just smoke your little weed in the backyard, do your little whatever in the backyard and all that kind of stuff. Don't destroy my house and kind of just let that be that. It's the lesser of two evils.
Staying at the house for like months, like years for real. I think from like 07 to like 09.
Okay, like early on, how violent was Eric Holder?
Eric Holder was a fighter early on. Eric Holder was like a fighter. He was a good fighter though. He had a squabble. His put on was rough. It was rough for us. We sitting there like we're jumping him. Like we not finna keep letting this nigga whoop ass. Like I'm squabbling with him. Then Booger squabbling with him. We like the top squabblers back there at the time, like for our age. No, Jonathan hadn't poked out yet. And OB was too big. Yeah. So we back there squabbling and he like, we sweating. Like ain't nobody put him down or nothing. So he ended up, yeah, he was a good fighter.
So Eric Holder was a super squabbler, huh?
At first. And he always been like real spontaneous with the shit. with the stuff that he got going on, like, you never know when he about to trip. It's always like a flick of the moment. Like, he's known to challenge older homies when they question him. That's what got him the brain surgery. But
Oh, so yeah, because I've always wondered about this whole brain surgery. He actually had shock treatments also at some point, right? I had read that somewhere.
it was shock treatment.
Yeah, electroshock treatments.
I guess so from
Hey, the meth took Eric Holder all the way out, bro. Eric Holder was on meth. It's the drugs, it's the pills, it's the perks, it's the meth. The meth took Eric Holder all the way out.
2014, it's no Eric in my story. Like 15, you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, the brain surgery. What did that come from? Was it from a fight?
A fight. He got an older homie came down the block. Eric had on all red. We was back there in the overhills on our block, and somebody from another block came over there. Even though it's all hood, older homie. I guess he ain't seen bro in a minute. He like, hey, who's you? Why you got on all of that? Bro, just get off. Eric ends up punching the older homie. The older homie been known to whoop ass since we was kids. He ended up whooping his ass. I don't think he was trying to put him in no coma or nothing like that, but I guess blacking out, stomping or something. Head trauma from hitting the ground, something.
When you stomp somebody, y'all not homies. Y'all not homies. So if you get into it with somebody and y'all, catching a friendly and they hit the ground and you put your feet on them, y'all not homies.
Like that.
Yes, you can.
Can we have one donut?
You can have one donut. It's 3 left. It's 4 left, and you guys can all have one. How many of you guys is it?
One.
No, how many kids are in the house?
1, 2.
Hey,
Yeah.
how many? How many kids are in the house?
4.
No, I'm a grown up. Try again. How many kids are in the house? Who's a kid? Are you a kid?
Yeah.
Who else is a kid?
The other kid.
Okay, so how many kids are in the house?
3.
Good job. How many people are in the house?
How many dads we have?
How many? Well, how many? Yeah, you only have one dad, but how many people are in the house? How many kids and grown-ups are in the house? How many together?
1, 3. Wait. 1, 2 brothers.
And how many of you?
3, 1,
Okay, so how many daddies?
1,
How many brothers?
2,
How many Harpers?
3,
So how many people are in the house?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good job. Good job. Okay, for sure. Good job, Papa.
It caused a lot of swelling.
So he had to have an operation on his brain.
Yes, sir.
Did he turn into a slightly different person after that?
No, let me go back, because we jumped into the brain surgery. So I was showing you
Jeff, what's the deal?
progressive violence so he was a fighter at first, good fighter, and yeah, I did bring it up. Okay, so 07 is when I got shot the first time. I feel like 07 was the first time that he got behind that thing. That's when, when I got shot, I was his Michael Jordan. You get what I'm saying? Like, big bro, take me out of town, we getting money, we doing.
My bad, y'all. Y'all know the ads come through. Let me go ahead and get back into it. Let's go.
Don't do all this to reach out and big him up or nothing like that. I'm just giving a timeline. Like, Nipsey was my
Hey, P's and Q's, just keep saying prayed up, bro, and be the man that you know your brother will want you to be, bro. Chin up, chest down. Chin up, chest out. It ain't nothing wrong with crying as long as you cry with your head up.
boy. Like, we'll get into that part. But just me speaking, a lot of people hate that I talk about Eric, but, I'm just giving y'all the story. I'm not picking a side when I give y'all the story. So, basically, I was like his Michael Jordan. I get shot that night. Before I get shot, and I don't want to talk too much, I'm trying to figure out how to word this shit. We go to an after prom, and something happens. And when it's about to happen, while we at the party, the enemies come through to the after joints whatever happens, happens, right? And he gets mad at us like, y'all always the ones that, you get what I'm saying? Like, let me see that motherfucker, like, you tripping. Come on, let's go. So that night, we was asking for it. But we left from right there, we go get back cracking, we go hit the field. For the rest of the night, that happened. The first one happened at, like, nobody got hit either the first time. So that happened at, like, 12 after prime hours, like 12, 1 o'clock. We get right back to it. We trying to find that same car over there. We don't see that. Now we block the block. Shit going on. You get what I'm saying? But he going. It's like, I ain't know he had it in him.
Yeah, this is a wild story, big dog. It's a wild and crazy story.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we go eat. Because this right before I get shot. We go eat. I pop an ecstasy pill. We all pop ecstasy pills right after we eat. Now, this 4 in the morning. We getting higher at 4 in the morning. So, probably like 3:34.
I told y'all, bro, it'd be the drugs, bro. Like, Eric Holder has already had his brain cells fried. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, you popping an ecstasy pill. Ecstasy is for the start of the night when you're trying to get the party going and getting the party jumping and you starting the party. How y'all restarting the party at 4 a.m.?
Because Denny's was still open. Now we coming back. And my boy see the ops. He called, like, hey, long story short. We like, all right, they're heading east on one street, we're heading west. So we're saying, when we get to this street right here, we should be, you know what I mean? So, we on the phone, and I just hear, and my boy like, oh shit. But mind you, we so high, we never asked what type of car the boys was in, them other people. You get what I'm saying? So they get picked off. Now, mind you, I know these little crazy niggas just seen a car following them get pulled over, right? The ops. So they pull up. We don't know, but they trying to disguise. They got blue hats on and shit. They in a Cadillac. I look over. I'm like, man, that's not the homies. And I'm like, that's probably the car. But mind you, our shits is in the stash. You know what I'm saying? We kids. So we trying to hurry up. We kind of fumbling because we nervous. I tell Eric, like, hey, I'm like, hit that car up with a B. I'm like, throw up Blackstones to the car. That's exactly what I said. And when he did it, he did some stiff-ass shit like this where you could tell he wasn't no blood. As soon as he did that, I see the back window drop. Now I see the familiar faces. I'm like, oh, fuck.
So for those of y'all don't know, the oldest trick in LA is to disguise yourself as an opposition or whatever, you know, different hood. You try to go put in some work on hood number 1, but you're going to put on the hats from hood number 4, but you really from hood number 2, or to throw off with a gang sign, or to try to just see, like, you know, if you a Crip, you might say, what's up, blood, and they say, what's up, blood, back. As a Crip, you know, you got one, you know, so forth and so on. But I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's a whole lot of 1-2 steps like Sierra that could go on to kind of make this situation go on like this. But if you don't know LA gang culture, yeah, it's common for gang members to say they from a hood, to kind of get people to admit to being from that same hood, to be like, joke's on you, you're really rivals. You feel me?
I'm like, go, cuz. So now, when I tell
Kamika,
my boy,
what's up,
go,
baby?
because we couldn't get it, my dumbass best friend, this nigga, Ouija, turns left. So now when he turned left, you let them get behind us. Instead of, like, immediately hitting the U-turn, we was all high off ecstasy. Now we letting this car fly behind us. They hanging out the window, tearing us up. We can't bust back because it's behind us. You know what I mean? Well, they not even tearing the car up. I ain't gonna lie. The police found like 37 shells, and they hit the car twice. So I can't even give them to tear the car up. Boom,
An attempted tear up.
End up crashing. When we crashed, the boys stand over me. We crashed, and I get it. So basically, we driving, and I feel something hit me in my tailbone. But mind you, it's so much adrenaline going on. I'm not even thinking I'm
Bricc been shot in the ass.
I'm like, damn, I broke my leg. And we hadn't crashed yet. I tell the homies, like, I broke my leg. They're like, you broke your leg? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then we crashed. They're like, oh, your leg broke? I'm like, I try to get out the car. I'm like, oh, I'm shot. So one of the bitch ass homies ran, toe ass, and he ran to my house. Like, he was trying to run to the house. I'm like, you gonna take the ops to the house, you bitch ass nigga? But at the end of the day, we right there, and they parked like they about to get out. And Eric, I had not to tell on him even more, but Eric saved my life that night. He went crazy. And then ever since then, I think...
Not to tell on him even more, so you are understanding that you have possibly said too much in this interview. Possibly understanding.
I'm like, you gonna take the ops to the house, you bitch ass nigga? But at the end of the day, we right there, and they parked like they about to get out. And Eric, I had not to tell on him even more, but Eric saved my life that night. He went crazy. And then ever since then, I think that was it. Like, him getting shot at that night, like being in the car while people were shooting at him, I think that was just the last straw. And he just took it to the next level after that.
Bricc baby is a wild man. We got one more part of this. Hold on, man. Hold on. Because this is still the same interview series with Vlad TV and Bricc baby. We are about to go into... Hold on. Bricc baby, a girl he knew...
I've got something to tell you.
Okay, a girl he knew helped him take a dub of weed from her daddy. When I say a dub, I don't mean like $20. I mean like 20 pounds. That's the next story that he's finna tell. I just figured I'd give y'all this whole whatever. I didn't think that it was worth two stories. I think that it was just, you know what I'm saying, kind of like a 1-2 step like Sierra. I didn't think that this was something that needed to necessarily be broken down into two stories. I feel like this could kind of be one good story. So we're finna go ahead and slide to the next one without stopping the video. Let's go ahead and get into this. Let's get into this.
You guys, guess what? It's an app called...
It's a sponsor, my bad.
And if you're looking for friends and people...
No. Right around 15, you start buying pounds. From the Bay?
I think I hit the lick earlier than that, though. I started buying pounds. I think I hit a lick for like 20 pounds when I was 14. Me and baby Rock, we had a girl got mad at her dad. A girl got mad at her dad when we first year of high school, and I guess he had a gang of pounds and stuff. And she like, I'm gonna leave the slider door open tomorrow. When we go to school, just go to my house and take everything. Everything is right here. Da, da, da. So we went in there. We got like 9 bands and like 30 pounds of that brick weed.
Can you imagine how mad you would be at your kid if they let their little boyfriend or whomever go in your house and steal your weed?
Sweet. So yeah, that started me off. And then like 15, maybe my 16th birthday is when I started going to the Bay, getting pounds.
I mean, seeing your mom and your stepdad go through all this legal drama, it didn't make you say, I don't want to do this because I'm going to end up in prison? Or was it the opposite?
It made me want to go even harder because it was like I used to drive in Bentleys and live in big old houses and all. Like, I know what the dope money do. I was ignorant. I should have looked at it like that, but it was to the point to where me and my brothers used to be like, man, when I go to jail, I'm going to have my little shit. Like, we was fucked up in the head. Like, we was planning on going to jail. It always was in the plan. Like, it was not like that, and it sounds crazy, but...
I mean, yeah, it sounds crazy. But unfortunately, when you're living a certain type of life, you train yourself mentally to go to jail because you know that this is a part of life that you live in. You know that this is a part of the 1-2 step like Sierra that you are a part of. You know that you're doing this. You know you're doing that. You know when it all comes down to it, eventually you're gonna have to atone for all those sins. So I ain't saying that I'm approving of it, but it definitely makes sense if you live in a certain type of life to have something kind of in the cut, something in the stash. Because you know you're going to end up going to jail. You in survival mode. You feel me? Butter just said it so perfect. You know you in survival mode. You know that you're not living the way you're supposed to be living. You know at any given time the whole rug can be swept from underneath you. So yeah, bro, you in survival mode. You got to do what you got to do to make sure that you're doing what you got to do, big dog. Because one day it's going to hit. And it's going to be bad as hell when it hit. It's going to all be over. It's going to all fall down like a Kanye West song.
We spoke it into existence. Like, we used to go visit Step Pops or go visit my mom, and he'd be all buff. Like, I'm like, yeah, when I go to jail, I'm gonna roll my fucking khaki suit up like that so my muscles can show out. Like, I'm going to be huge when I go to jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying I was never going to jail, we used to just plan on that shit. Like, I wonder what it's going to be like my first time in there.
Yeah, it's just interesting when you think about your environment. Like, me growing up in the suburbs, in the Bay. None of my family was in prison.
Yeah.
I watched the movie American Me, saw that rape scene, and I said, I'm never going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no plans on going.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas for you, you're like planning on going.
Yeah, it was crazy because, like, yeah, that shit's sick. I don't know. It
But
just
you know what
was,
though? I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Your shaping as a child does a lot for your mental as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch a lot of the gangster movies. I used to be around my parents when they was doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing and all that kind of stuff. Or even if they should or shouldn't have been doing it, I ain't gonna say because they did what they had to do. But I shouldn't have been there seeing it. You feel me? I shouldn't have been there seeing it. So I ain't gonna speak on what my parents did to get from A to B because now that I'm a father, I understand that you gotta do what you gotta do to get from A to B. And sometimes, the lines get a little bit blurry and you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure your family are the have and not the have-nots. So I'm not gonna ever talk bad about my parents for what they had to do to, get us from A to B. And are they 1-2 steps like Sierra? But what I will say is I shouldn't have known so much of their business as far as what they had going on, as far as they flu flams, they skullduggery, they larceny. I shouldn't have been so preview to that shouldn't have been right in front of me, you know what I'm saying? And so that's that. And I'm watching I know my daddy had blowers all in the house. I know my mama was blowered up. I know my daddy was doing wooty woot and it was X, Y, and Z in the garage and it was tucked in that and this was put in here and wooty bam this. I remember two times I remember coming home and it was a crossbow under my bed. A crossbow. Let me see if this nigga answered. Call Brenton on speakerphone. Calling my brother. He might not answer. He might be with his kids. But me and my brother was young. We should.
Please leave your message for
He probably doing something, whatever. Hold on. Let me see. Call me real quick. But, yeah, man, me and my little brother was cleaning up one time, bro, and I found my daddy crossbow under our bed. Like, what the hell, bro?
because everybody in my
Crossbow, a full crossbow. And it made me wonder, it's like, now that I'm grown, nigga, what was you doing, bro? What was you doing with a crossbow? You feel me? Let me see. His phone might be off.
Please leave your
yeah, his phone off. He probably laid up with his little chick. But, nigga, why you got a crossbow? And why you got a crossbow in my room? Me and my little brother shared a room at the time, and my daddy had a crossbow in our mattress. You feel me? There was another time I remember going to his room, and I remember closing the door behind me, and, excuse me, he had a 10-gauge shotgun. Just 10-gauge shotgun, just leaned behind the door like, what? Why do you have this? I wasn't allowed to have fake guns and BB guns and all that kind of stuff. You know, the replica guns with the orange tips. We weren't allowed to have any of those type of things because we had real blowers in the house. My mom wasn't playing that type of stuff. It's real blowers in the house. You can't have fake toy guns. We was never allowed to have those. I used to watch movies like State Property. I was big. I used to love State Property, especially State Property 2. Man, what? I wanted to be beans. I wanted to be beans, bro. I wanted to be beans, and my parents bought the movie for me, bro. So now I'm watching this and I'm thinking I'm this, and I grew up around that, and I'm seeing this in my own neighborhood, and I'm seeing that in my own community, and I'm being around this, and I'm being around that, and I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing that, and there's all this wooty bam, and then I catch a case. Why wouldn't I have caught a case? Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. I'm loving these movies, and I'm going outside and I'm seeing it in my actual community, and I'm loving it, and I'm soaking it all in, and I'm so captivated because my cousins, my uncles, my god brothers, and my daddy, my mama, they all so into it, and I'm seeing it on the movies, and you know what I'm saying? Because who didn't want to rock a Rockefeller chain? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. Like I swear I thought I was getting down and lay down El Pollo Loco. Not allowed to associate myself with convicted figure the Dellins. You feel me? The Mariah Carey scene was the best. I even wanted to be, bro. I thought that I was so fucking not paid in full. I thought I was so fucking My bad, the homie sent me this video. I thought I was not paying it for. I thought I was so state propertied up. Nigga, I thought I was finna have me a little baddie like Mariah Carey, dropping 100 things a pop. Whatever, talking about the Evian on my boots. Your flight attendant spilled Evian on my boot. But to this day, I want me a Mariah Carey with the peas in the Louis bag, and she jump off the jet. It's like another 100 grand for the boots. I'm just saying. You feel me? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, you know, we put around these situations, we put around these 1-2 steps like Sierra, and we see it. And then as children, we want to emulate what we think is cool. Bricc Baby thought his stepdaddy was cool. Bricc Baby thought his stepdaddy was that nigga. You feel me? He taking care of his mom. He taking care of him. He taking care of the household. He doing Wooty Bam, blah, 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 blah. You feel me? Thought it was that nigga. What's up? My nigga Junior in the chat. Junior, what's the deal, fool? So why wouldn't Bricc want to be what he's seen every day? Why wouldn't he want to hit the county in muscle swole, khaki shirt, and you know what I'm saying? He this is what we celebrate. It's unfortunate normal to us.
Family was going to jail, like my Uncle Hawk, rest in peace, he was in jail. All we did was go visit at federal penitentiaries all the time. Like, we had T.I. this week. We might go to Lompot next month. We over here in Texas at this federal penitentiary. So it was like second nature, and everybody, like, if he called, if my step-pops called, we all over here like, hey, we want to do this, da, da, da. Like, all right, yeah, go pick up the money from Wooty Whoop. Like, it didn't seem like it was a problem. He was probably stressed the fuck out, but we was like, shit, it's cool in jail. Shit, he still got a gang of money. Da, da, da. But, you know, like, I would, if I hear my kids talking like that, I'd damn near pop them. Like, what the fuck you mean you going to jail?
I tell my kids this all the time, jail is for losers. When we sliding by and they see that county jail bus, I point it out to them. I say, hey, that bus right there full of losers, bro. Didn't nobody win. If they on that bus, they lost. That bus right there is full of losers. If I ever catch you on that bus or putting yourself in a situation to be on that bus, it's over with, bro. And after they release you, I'm going to fuck you up. After they let you go, just know I'm going to give it back to you, and I might be the next one on that bus for doing it to you. But once they put you on that bus, it ain't nothing I can do about it. It ain't nothing I can do about it. I tell my sons all the time, whenever they see that bus, that right there is full of losers. Do winners or losers go to jail? You feel me? Twins! Boys! They better get a right answer. Don't make me look stupid. When we drive, where's the other one? When we driving downtown and we see the jail bus, what do I always tell y'all?
Don't go in there.
The bus with the people going to jail? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What do I always tell y'all when y'all see that bus?
Don't end up in there, or before the cops do anything to us, they'll do something to us.
Or
What do I tell you?
if we go in there, after we get out, you're going to do something to us.
Is it going to be good?
No.
So what's up?
Or police get you.
Or the police get you. Do you want the police to get you? Do we mess with the wee-woos?
No.
At all. So.
Or don't go take you to jail.
Exactly. Is that what you want? Because what happens?
You go cry.
Yep, you're going to cry. Exactly. Love you guys.
Love you.
So that's what I always tell them, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be real simple. It'd be real simple. One said, you going to get us before the police get us and it's going to be bad. The other one said, when we get out, it's going to be bad. The little one said, you going to cry. They know, bro. I push that. And I also show my kids, hey, say what you want about me. I be pointing out crackheads. I be like, hey, you see that right there? That's a crackhead. When we in L.A. and we in the Valley, hey, that's a meth head. When we in the South and we in Atlanta, that's a crackhead. We in South Central, that's a crackhead. You feel me? It's a crackhead, bro. You don't want to be out there, like, when they be out there tripping and screaming and all in the heat looking stupid. Hey, you see, that's drugs, bro. You could be that. And if you do drugs, it ain't nothing I could do. You smoke weed and it go bad because you want to smoke with your friends and you don't want to come talk to me, you can end up out there looking stupid. If you want to try something, you want to do something, bring it to your pops so we can discuss it and we can figure out how to make it make sense for everybody involved. But don't be out here doing sneaking little blunts with your homies, little joints and little pulls and all that. It take one bad pull for you to end up like the smoker screaming in the middle of the street with 2 legs in a wheelchair. Don't make no sense. I always tell my sons that I point that type of stuff out. I show them, hey, that's a crackhead right there. You want to be that? I don't care. Like, and you can say what you want about me. I don't give a damn. A smoker could be out there, they draw, screaming, going crazy. Hey, you see that? Pay attention. That could be you. You could be out there butt naked looking stupid. Junior, you know I love your mama to death. God bless. You feel me? Nigga, I know your mama was a real one. You know what I'm saying? I remember your mama cussed me out a couple times. You feel me? And keeping it real about not taking care of my business and all that kind of stuff. You feel me? So I know you was raised by a real woman. I know you was raised by a real woman. God bless her soul. I know that for a fact.
It just was like a different time of day. And my mom was in jail in the Bay too. She was at that federal camp right by Alameda, Santa Clarita. What's that county up there? Santa Clara?
Santa Clarita.
Santa Clarita, Alameda County. Okay, so it's a jail right there, but it's a federal penitentiary that's connected to the county jail on that compound.
So how many years did your mom get?
Oh yeah, she only ended up getting 4 years.
That's still a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for 2 tons and millions of dollars, it's not, but still 4 years is 4 years.
Yeah, like it was a lot of time.
If somebody told you I give you $2 million and do 4 years in jail, I would probably do it. I ain't gonna front. I'd take the $2 million for 4 years. I'd take the $2 million for 4 years. I ain't gonna front. I would. That's $500,000 a year. I would. I ain't gonna front.
I guess we look at jail different, but like it was a lot of time, but especially for me at the age of like 11 or 12 when she left. I was in the 7th grade when she left, but I started school early, so I was like 12. Having your mom leave when you a mama's boy, my dad was always there and he never missed a beat, but it was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, is my dad gonna cook me breakfast every morning? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I was going with my aunties and stuff like that, but I moved in with my dad, but that's when our relationship became like, I understood everything because I was a teenager, just growing into man. It was a perfect time to go live with your father for a couple of years, though, because it taught me how to really, like, poke my chest out and how to be a man.
Now, that I can respect. It taught me how to poke my chest out and be a man. I had to go live with my father for a couple years, but it taught me how to poke my chest out and be a man. I could respect Bricc, baby, for that, man. We finna get up out of here to the next one. No, red dots to the left, y'all know the rest. Y'all staying, y'all kick it. Red dots to the left, y'all know the rest, man. Free Avenue Angel till he's free. We are gone.